From rough wall to smooth finish, interior plastering process step by step. Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we're taking a close look at the interior plastering process as this rough wall is transformed into a much smoother and cleaner finish. This is one of the most important stages in house construction because this is where the room really starts to look like a finished space. Before plastering and smoothing, the walls may be solid, but they still look rough, uneven, and unfinished. Once the plastering work begins and the finishing process is done properly, the entire room starts to change. In this video, you'll see the mason working carefully across the wall, section by section, using hand tools to level, smooth, and refine the surface. This is not just about throwing material on the wall. This takes patience, skill, and a good eye to get the wall looking even and professional. At the start of the process, the wall surface is still rough and fresh. You can see that the material is wet, and that means timing matters. The mason has to know when to apply pressure, when to float the wall, and when to smooth it down so the finish comes out right. If the timing is off, the surface may not level properly, and the final result will not look as clean. As the work continues, you can see the difference between the rougher sections and the areas that have already been floated and finished. That contrast tells the whole story. One side still shows marks and uneven texture, while the finished side looks flatter, tighter, and much more refined. This stage of construction is satisfying to watch because the improvement happens right in front of your eyes. Every pass of the tool removes imperfections, blends uneven spots, and helps bring the entire wall together. It is a step-by-step transformation from raw construction to a more polished interior surface. The mason is also paying close attention to the upper section of the wall, where it meets the ceiling. That area is important because any bad line or uneven joint will stand out later. A clean connection between wall and ceiling makes the room look sharper and more professional. You can see the focus being placed on getting that top section as smooth and consistent as possible. Another important area is around the doorway opening. Openings like doors and windows can be tricky because the edges need to stay straight while also blending smoothly into the rest of the wall. If that part is not done neatly, it can affect the overall appearance of the room. That is why careful hand finishing around these areas matters so much. As the wall begins to smooth out, the room starts to feel more complete. Even without paint, tiles, or decoration, a well-finished plastered wall gives the space a stronger sense of progress. It starts to look less like a construction zone and more like a real room that is coming together. This kind of work also shows the value of craftsmanship. Many people may look at a finished wall and not think much about it, but getting a wall to this stage takes real effort. It takes mixing, applying, leveling, floating, smoothing, checking the surface, correcting imperfections, and making sure the finish is consistent from one end to the other. You can also notice how the light hits different parts of the wall. On rough sections, the light reveals bumps, lines, and uneven patches. On smoother sections, the wall reflects light more evenly. That is one of the easiest ways to see the improvement. A smoother wall creates a cleaner visual effect and prepares the surface for the next stage of the build. As the mason keeps working, the wall texture becomes more uniform. That uniform look is what you want before the wall fully dries. Once dry, the wall will reveal its true finish more clearly. At that point, any small defects can be corrected with minor touch-ups if needed. But the goal during this stage is to get the wall as even and clean as possible, while the material is still workable. For anyone interested in building, masonry, plastering, or home construction, this is a great example of how much detail goes into interior finishing. It may seem simple at first glance, but every movement matters. The pressure of the hand, the angle of the tool, the timing, and the consistency all play a part in the final result. This is why skilled plastering work stands out. A good finish does not happen by accident. It happens because the person doing the work understands how to control the material and how to read the wall. They know where extra attention is needed and how to bring the whole surface into shape. What makes this process even more interesting is that the room is still in its raw stage. The ceiling is unfinished, the floor area is still rough, and the overall space is clearly under construction. But even in this stage, the smooth wall finish already changes the feel of the room. It gives a preview of what the final interior can become. As the work continues from one side to the next, you can really appreciate how the wall is coming alive. The rough construction look begins to disappear, replaced by a stronger, cleaner, and more finished appearance. This is one of those moments in a build where real visual progress becomes obvious. For anyone doing a house build, renovation, or room finish, this part of the process is crucial. A smooth wall creates a better base for paint, decorating, and the final interior look. If the wall is done properly now, the later stages will come out better too. Good plastering work helps everything that comes after it. This video also reminds us that construction is built step by step. Every room, every wall, every corner takes time. Progress may not always look dramatic from a distance, but when you focus on the details, you can see just how much work is going into each stage. That is what makes construction progress videos so rewarding to watch. By now, the wall looks much improved compared to where it started. The surface is smoother, the transitions are better, and the room has a more complete look. There may still be small areas to refine, but the transformation is already clear. This is the kind of progress that keeps a project moving forward and makes the hard work worth it. Watching a rough wall turn into a smooth finish is always satisfying. It is one of those construction moments that shows both the process and the skill behind the work. From fresh plaster to final smoothing, every step adds to the result. Thanks for watching this interior plastering and wall finishing process. If you enjoy real construction progress, masonry work, home building, and step-by-step transformations like this, make sure to support the video. Like, comment, and subscribe for more real building progress, plastering work, interior finishing, and hands-on construction content. See you in the next video.